this year there's an article about it's a wild story, a little league in Philadelphia suburb. Okay. I'll read a little bit of it, and I just want to get your take on it. I don't know if you've heard of it, but basically, in a nutshell, a parent was upset. A parent was upset about this little league, basically cutting the season short. It says here, Majid complained to officials about the decision to end the in-house season early for the second straight year, so more advanced players could begin competing on summer travel teams. He felt it unfair to intramural players who wouldn't get to compete in a playoff to crown a champion. Majid tells Axios League leaders reversed the decision after he contacted a district coordinator who relayed the parents' concerns to the board members. He thought the issue settled until the flyover. So what the flyover is, so he basically complained that the season was ending early, right? They changed it, whatever. Someone paid to have a plane fly over the Little League fields to say his name is Zach Majid, or Majid, I think. Zach Majid. So they flew his name over because I guess people were upset that the league, they made this change. So someone literally paid to have a plane fly over the Little Leagues to put this guy's name out there. Give me your reaction to that story. That happened this year.
Wow.
That was this year. That was in May of this year.
The one crazy thing is I was looking up there, and I teach in a town called Springfield. So when I saw Springfield Little League, I said, good thing you let up the conversation that it was in the suburb of Philadelphia. But I think that's where youth sports is trending in the wrong direction at times, is that you get people that have the wrong intentions in mind. Like if it's a rec league or an in-house league, like why would you end a season early so that the more advanced players can go play somewhere else? Like why not let all players play for the entirety of that season, and maybe the middle of the pack kid or the below average kid really has a good experience. Maybe he wins a championship and then wants to spend the next 18 months practicing his skills, and by the time he's 13 is an all-American player.
Yeah.
So like I think the big picture is, in that bullet point there's the big picture is it's about the kids. All kids in the program. If you're more advanced and you don't like the level of play within the program that you're in, go find somewhere else to play.
Right.
Don't take it away from your average player.
Yeah, it seemed like again, I don't know the full details of this, but it seems like a fairly reasonable request.
To go above and beyond to put somebody's name on a plane and fly it over the Little League.
It seems a little petty.
What are we doing?
What are we doing? What type of example is?
Are we setting for the kids?
Yeah, right.
You may not be happy about it, but deal with it.
Yeah. Doesn't that seem like that? Like I feel like. And I don't know if it's just because social media wasn't around when we were younger, and again, the generation before us, but it just seems like every week I get another video of, there's a fight on the field, parents are, between umpires or two coaches together, or a kid does something and a parent jumps in. It just seems like it's becoming more common.
Yeah.
I don't know if that could be a perception too. Maybe it was always happening and we just weren't aware of it.
I think that the access to like camera phones is playing more of a factor into it, because what's the first thing that happens when confrontation arises? Everybody takes out their phone, even if you should be separating the confrontation.
Yep.
Everybody takes their phone out to record. Point. I umpired for 7 years, like high school games and stuff like that, before I started coaching full time. So from the time I was 17 to the time I was 24, I was in umpiring. I wanted to be a professional umpire.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to go to the Jim Edmonds umpiring school in Florida, but then I started teaching like right after college, so I never pursued that. I loved umpiring, but like I used to get some nasty things from, I just go over there and be like, what are we doing here? It's an 11-year-old game. I don't understand. And I tell the coaches beforehand, like, we're not doing this. If you have a question, you can come talk to me like an adult.
Did you have anyone really like flip out at you?
Yeah. I think I maybe threw one person out.
Really?
And I'm not a confrontational
right.
person.
So
I'll just absorb it. I'll take it. But I think in one person I just said enough. And I think I was even doing a recreation basketball game. That's what it was. I gave the coach a double technical foul and threw him out because he just kept yelling and screaming at me. I'm like, what do we do? It's a 5th grade basketball game. Why are you yelling at me?
Yeah.
I'm getting paid $12 an hour from the township to do this game so these kids can play.
That's too funny.
Yeah, I hit him with a double tech and I threw him out.
I remember when I was young. I mean, one of my friends, they were umping to whatever, some local league, and I think I was 14 years old. You know what I mean? And so he was like, "Oh, come ump the bases with me." And I blew this call a second. I mean, I blew it. It was so bad. It was really, really bad, and I knew it. And but the call was made, right? And like so, and I'm 14. Right. And this guy comes out and just starts flipping out at me. And I remember just looking at him like, I'm never umpiring again.
Ever.
This is the worst job ever. I don't know why people do this. And honestly, ever since that I was 14, I think kids should umpire because I had a lot of respect for umpires after that. Because in my head, the whole time he's yelling at me, I'm thinking to myself, I know I'm wrong. Yeah. Like I know. I 100% know that I'm wrong here, but I can't do anything about it, and I can't say it because then you'll get really mad.
I would go back and say, listen, I may have missed it, but at the end of the day, it's done.
Yeah,
so let's move past it. But.
Yeah, it was. At 14, I didn't have the wisdom to do that. No, I just sat there and took it.
The emphasis is in the wrong spot. A lot of it has to do with people are running it as a business, and obviously, if the business has success in terms of trophies, scholarships, and things like that, like the business does well, but the emphasis on development and life lessons is sometimes lost in translation when people focus on the wrong things.
Yeah, absolutely.
And in a competitive environment like that, people that don't have an educational background, they go from 0 to 100 because in their profession, it's maybe okay.
Yeah.
And they don't have that regulatory skill of regulating their emotions from going from 0 to 100. So they're impulsive and they
snap.
And then they look back and you're like, man, I just acted like a.
You hope they do. You hope they do, right? Sometimes I wonder.
Yeah.
I mean, to pay someone to fly a plane, that's next level. That's a conscious decision. I mean, that's not like reacting in the moment at an umpire because he made a bad call. No. That's like, I got to go make a phone call. Right. I got to pay this guy. They said in the article, it says, I think it was between $600 to $1,200 to fly that plane.
Should have just had a sign made and hanging on the fence.
Yeah. Well, don't give him any ideas. Whoever it was, don't give him any ideas.
Could have done it for a quarter of the price.
Oh man, that's funny.